Okay. So first of all, if you guys do not know who XclusiveAce is, XclusiveAce has a YouTube channel. It's a very, very popular one, and he's very good at doing basically all the weapon breakdowns and all that stuff, like around Call of Duty. He has some of the best content in Call of Duty in general. So if you guys don't know who this is, you should obviously go to his YouTube channel right now and subscribe. This is basically who I was looking at. J God does similar videos too, but like I was looking at him for you know, basically an explanation of, is the Volk actually good? Is it worth being GA'd? Yada yada yada. You know, I was just kind of curious to see exactly what we're talking about. So here we are right now. We're gonna watch the Volk. Should it be in the meta or should it not be in the meta, and whether or not it's going to get GA'd or not GA'd, or even if it does get GA'd, should it actually get GA'd? You know what I'm saying? If you guys don't know what GAs means, it means gentleman's agreement. Basically, sometimes there's a lot of things in Call of Duty that are pretty stupid, but they don't actually get banned in the rule set, so they kind of get GA'd by like the pros, meaning like, you know, none of us are going to use it because it just kind of makes the gun or the streak or the map like really stupid to play. So that's kind of a very, very basic explanation. And now we're going to go watch this video together and see what you guys think. Personally, I think the Volk is insane, but I'm curious to see like the actual stats of the weapon and stuff. So here we go. That's loud. Okay.
What's up, guys? My name is Ace, and for anybody that's been following the competitive scene in Call of Duty, you'll likely be aware of the fact that it's primarily a two-gun meta in Call of Duty Vanguard. For SMG players, you've got the MP40, and for the assault rifle players, you've got the automaton. However, with this most recent CDL event, some of the pro players mixed things up apparently out of the blue by pulling out the Volkssturmgewehr. We'll just call it the Volk for the rest of the video, just so I don't go crazy trying to pronounce that over and over again. But with this surprised quite a few people, and I've also been hearing talks about them GAing, or basically agreeing not to use the Volk from now on in competitive play.
He's right on. He's right on point.
Take a deep look at the.
This is the class that people have been using. This is accurate. What I got right now.
Stats of this, and compare the competitive Volk setup to the competitive MP40
setup. 15 months. I love you, baby. Oh wait, hold up. Before we go into this, Alec just hosted me with 1,200 viewers 2 minutes ago. I didn't see that, Alec. I apologize. Please don't drop me. As your coach, I would be really upset if you did that. Everyone show some love to Alec, a.k.a. the fucking GOAT. And then Preston, 15 months. I love you, baby. We're watching right now if this gun's getting GA'd or not, dude. We're doing some super in-depth, you know, super in-depth stuff here. So
basically, what I'm trying to discover here is whether or not the Volk has a solid place in competitive play. Is there a good reason for this to be GA'd so they're not using this in competitive play, or would it be a good addition to make it a 3-gun meta rather than just a 2-gun meta? And I have done a little bit of searching online, and this appears to be the competitive Volk setup that people tend to use. Of course, some people will swap out the odd attachment here or there, but this is the setup I'm using for the testing in today's video. And let's just dive right into it, and we'll start it off with the recoil differences. Starting it off with this Volk setup, you can see it kicks upwards and very slightly to the left, and there is some side-to-side bounce.
Easy recoil,
easy
recoil.
With the MP40, this one's upward
up
and
to the right.
Slightly to the right with a little bit of initial recoil. And then with the automaton, this thing's just a laser beam that is extremely accurate. And when we compare this side by side, this is exactly what we'd expect when you have sort of a flex roll AR that's designed to bridge the gap between SMGs and the other assault rifle. So no surprises here. You're generally going to be more accurate than the MP40 players out there, but you're going to be noticeably less accurate than the automaton players. After that, let's have a look at our range values as well as our time to kill values to the body with these guns. Keeping in mind, these are the range values with the competitive setups that you tend to see. And as you can see there, this once again sort of falls in the middle. And when we take a look at the specific ranges where each of these guns has the time to kill advantage to the body.
All right, so pause. 2 shots to kill. 3 shots is green. 4 is orange. So it takes 4 shots to kill with the Volk at 240, no matter what. It takes 3 with the MP40 for 200 milliseconds. Okay, so the MP40 is technically better than the Volk up close. But does he do headshots here? I'm assuming I'm already, you know, cutting him off too quickly here. But the auto kills in 5 no matter what at 288. Basically, the Volk kills faster than the auto at right at like 38 meters. You see this? Right at like 38 meters. So the Volk is like, you know, he does a headshot one because the headshot is what I think makes this Volk ridiculous. Right now, it doesn't look terrible if I'm thinking correctly, right? Like this doesn't look horrible. It just would this would just make the auto just really good long range and like, you know, obviously not the best up close.
The MP40 is clearly the best from 0 to 13 meters with a 200 millisecond time to kill to the body. Then from 13 meters out to about 39 meters, this is where the Volk has the advantage over both the MP40 as well as the Automaton. And then beyond 39 meters, this is where the Automaton starts to shine when it comes to time to kill. And just for a better in-game reference for you guys, this is what an enemy looks like at 13 meters. So that's the point where anything beyond that,
this guy's incredible at his job.
The Volk starts to have the advantage over the MP40. And this is what it looks like when you're looking at an enemy at 39 meters. Anything closer to that, the Volk is better than the Automaton in time to kill. Anything beyond that, this is where the Automaton now has the advantage.
So the Volk is, so obviously you get into, a Gavutu is a map where you get into some long range fights with the Automaton or whatever. And like, obviously, you know, that's good. But the Volk, like on a map like Tuscan, even Berlin on certain hills, because you have to remember, like, even on this map specifically, like it comes down to the fact that in hardpoint, just because the map's really big, like Berlin, that doesn't always mean you run into really long range fights because of the way like the map's played. Hardpoint condenses like a part of the map into all the engagements like up close and stuff. So like, for example, Berlin P2, like the second hill of Berlin, is a very mixy and up close and personal kind of hill because it's just like inside of that P2 building, even though Berlin is generally a pretty big map. You know what I mean? So like this gun on like Berlin and stuff like just like in hardpoint in general, you can see like right here, like if it's better than the auto with like a step closer, that's pretty dangerous. And we're not talking headshots right now, but the Volk is fucking nasty.
Over the Volk. So just looking at that and then thinking about the average engagement ranges that you'll tend to see in the game, the Volk actually has a pretty nice window here where it is going to have the advantage over both the MP40 as well as the Automaton. But it's not like it's to a massive degree or anything, and so far things are still looking normal for a flex roll assault rifle. This is the type of thing you would generally expect to see. However, this is where the curveball comes in.
It has to be the headshots,
this is
right?
The primary reason the Volk has been GA'd with the pros. Let's have a look at this same range and time to kill comparison, but now let's factor in one headshot mixed in with body shots in these ranges.
So one headshot mixed in with body shots. You still get a 13 meter 3-bullet kill. But the 3-bullet kill is insane with the Volk, bro. Bro, so the Volk is the fastest killing weapon in Call of Duty. Like in the pro world. With one headshot. Look at how, dude. 39 meters. If you hit one headshot. Does he do a double, like, does 2 headshot multiplier? Does that even go crazier? Like, I don't even know. But, like, dude. If you aim chest up with the Volk, and the recoil that it has, you're going to hit one bullet with, like, just the recoil and the flinch and stuff. Bro. That is actually nuts. That is actually nuts. In, like, a pro player's hands, that is crazy. Because, like, dude. But anyway, that's crazy. And then after like 40 meters, it's 320. And then the auto's always 216. The auto's crazy too, though, dude. The auto's in 4 bullets, so it's 216 MS. Bro, the auto is nuts with headshot multiplier too. Holy cow. Dude, the auto is crazy. But yeah, anyway. All right, keep going.
And as you can see with the time to kill potential of the Volk, one single headshot mixed in with body shots out to 39 meters gives us a 3-shot kill with a time to kill potential of just 160 milliseconds. This is faster than the MP40 at point blank range and very noticeably faster than the Automaton, even when the Automaton's also landing one headshot, which cuts its time to kill potential down to 216 milliseconds out to 110 meters, which is insane. But what this now does to our ideal range potential with the Volk is this now extends from 0 to 39 meters. And the MP40 no longer has a place there as soon as the Volk player hits a headshot. So this right here is the biggest argument against having the Volk in rotation for competitive play. When it comes to raw time to kill potential, the moment you mix in a headshot, it kind of invalidates the MP40. Now the MP40 just has a handling and mobility advantage. So let's have a deeper look at those elements as well.
Yes, that's what I was going to say
and
next.
Let's start it off with our aim down sight time. It turns out the Volk and the MP40 have essentially identical aim down sight time values. There's an imperceptible difference here between them, whereas the Automaton is noticeably slower. Then when it comes to sprint out time, this is where the MP40 still has a very clear advantage over both the Volk as well as the Automaton. Both of those are actually fairly
Okay, but the thing with this, just to say something, the sprint out time doesn't really matter with the Volk because the Volk is a very pre-aim heavy strafe gun because of the mobility while you're aimed down sight. You're very mobile when you're ADS with the gun, so if you put it in a pro's hand that's ADS and just walking around ADS, it kind of takes like a lot of this out of it. So like even though the MP40 technically you can move around faster, it's still pretty nuts.
Fairly slow in the sprint out department, so that still gives the MP40 a place to some degree if you are sprinting into a gunfight. As for our base movement speeds, this is pretty much what we would expect to see here. The MP40 is the fastest, followed by the Volk, and then finally we have the Automaton. As for our
not by much though.
Movement speed though, this is where we want
This is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about right here, dude.
And things are actually completely backwards here. The MP40 setup has the slowest ADS movement speed.
That's what I was gonna say. Like realistically, he said it backwards. The sub should have the better ADS movement speed in my opinion because this is what happens. What's it called? This is what happens when like you put it in a pro's hands in like that sense. Like, dude, like it's just fucking nuts, bro. Why didn't you guys do well with the Volk then? Did we get second place or last? What happened? I don't even think we really used the Volk until like the last day. Or did what place did I get? What happened? What place did we get at the last event? 1 second. Chat, what place did we get? Was it last? I got 13th out of 12th. Okay, thank you. All right.
Whereas the Volk has by far the fastest ADS movement speed. And this is very fast at 10.5 miles per hour. That allows you to strafe really quickly into a gunfight. And that can really help stack the odds in your favor in a gunfight. And then finally, with the Automaton setup, this is actually still faster than the MP40, which I found to be interesting as well. And this finally just leaves us with our sprint movement speed. I wanted to share that as well, just to see like how quickly people can get from point A to point B. This is once again an area that works exactly how you'd expect it to work. The SMG is...
But like this is also something that's like underrated. So like look at this real quick. Like you have sprint movement speed. People really underrate. So the one thing that's like weird that kind of throws it for a loop, especially when you like play with a gun at an event with no practice, is you start getting in your own head that the Volk's like disgusting. But then like you really... like losing the pace of an SMG player, you know what I mean, is also really, really underrated. So like the sprint movement speed of like sprinting and rotating and getting people's faces like with an SMG is like so much more important than like going +5 with a Volk sometimes. You know, like there's like an in-between there. So like it's just like kind of, you know, like that's actually really good. At least this is faster, but the Volk is still nuts because it's just the fact that like the way you can play with it. Like the ADS movement speed is the reason why I think the Volk is fucking nuts. Also, I don't even know if like it should be a G8 or not. I'm just like, you know, saying like why people are probably saying what they're saying. I'm kind of just talking right now, to be honest with you. But like, yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy. Like, dude, if these were swapped, I don't think it'd be as bad. It's just like the Volk pre-aim strafe is nuts off the side cancel, dude. And it's like really, really hard to like play against that in the pro's hands.
The Flex AR is the second fastest, and then the standard AR is the slowest out of the three. So there we have it. Those are all of the most important stats to be looking at when comparing these three guns within the context of competitive play. And just for a quick recap, the Volk has an incredible headshot multiplier, giving it a ridiculously fast time to kill potential if you can land a headshot. It's got reasonably decent recoil where you're going to be just fine in those close to mid-range situations, but of course at longer ranges, this is where the Automaton will be dominating.
But like low-key, this recoil, by the way, like kind of helps you get headshots like on accident sometimes.
It's got an amazing aim down sight time that matches the SMG in this game, and it's got a ridiculously fast aim down sight movement speed, which is very noticeably faster than both the MP40 as well as the Automaton. As a result, I would say the Volk is an incredible option that's just been flying under the radar for competitive play if you're looking for that more flex build, where you want to maximize your versatility in your playstyle so you can compete properly with SMGs at point blank range, while still being able to compete effectively against AR players at those medium to somewhat longer ranges. Now, as for my thoughts on whether or not this should be banned in competitive play or GA'd so pros are deciding not to use this at all, to be honest, when I first heard about this, I was actually live streaming and I thought, that's ridiculous. Why would they GA something like the Volk? It doesn't really stand out too much. But after really breaking down these stats and especially looking at that headshot multiplier on the Volk, I think the pros may have a point here, and in order to protect the SMG playstyle, it may be in their best interest to GA the Volk. Now, I guess a lot of this does depend on your philosophy about GAs and bans for competitive play, and whether or not you feel the competitive rule set should be extremely restrictive for the most competitive and potentially best viewing experience possible, or if things should be opened up a lot more and the pros should have to just use whatever is in the game in order to come out on top. I'm personally of the mindset that there are a bunch of things in Call of Duty that have no place in the competitive side of Call of Duty. Having said that, from a bit of an outsider perspective, I do really like to see a little bit of variety in competitive play. It does.
Okay, so he's gonna like go more on like a rant just in general, basically like what we're about to do. What do you guys think, dude? What do you guys think? Now that we have the knowledge of the gun, what do you guys think? I'm curious. Thoughts on AR shooting faster than subs? What do you mean, like the bullets like coming out of the gun faster? Like literally they're shooting more bullets like per second? GA it, don't GA it. It's GA'd. I don't know if it's GA'd, by the way, guys. I'm not in the GA chat, so I can't even tell you. Un-GA? Classic wants it un-GA'd. It's un-GA'd. T-Frick, Dusty, Mike, thank you guys as well. I appreciate it. Classic wants it un-GA'd. It's un-GA'd. Damn, bro, why? Dude, honestly, listen, I'm not going to lie. Like, it kind of sucks that headshot multiplier really ruins the weapon. Because, dude, I'll say one thing. The Volk, like the three weapon meta is pretty cool. And, like, I actually like it. Like, you know, like, just as, like, a viewer of the game, you know, before, like, you know, you put me in the coaching world or playing the game. I actually like seeing, like, you know, a different gun. It's pretty cool. So it doesn't bother me. It's just, like, this headshot 160 MS, like, it kills faster than the MP40. And it at like almost all the way up to 40 meters. Like, dude. Like, that's pretty fucking nuts. Asim's in here. He said, un-GA it. No bias, of course. Wait, Asim, bro. Come into the... Yo, get on TeamSpeak, Asim. Get on TeamSpeak. We're talking about this right now. Get your ass on fucking TeamSpeak. Hold up. We're getting Asim in this. We're getting Asim in this. Where do I go? I want to talk to Asim. Give me it. Join the goddamn TeamSpeak, Asim.
User joined your channel.
What are we doing, Asim? Are we GAing the gun or what?
Listen, man. Speaking from a biased winner, we are un-GAing it.
We're un-GAing it? I like that, dude. You heard that here. LAG wants it un-GA'd. Wait, is it...
For obvious reasons,
is it GA'd?
I think it got G'd for a little bit, and then Austin's tweet made people shift their heads, you know? Cause
wait, what did he say? What did he say? What did he say?
He said we have a whole month off, and fools are already trying to un-GA it, or already trying to GA it, so we should try to give it a shot in scrims. So I think teams are gonna give it a shot.
What's his Twitter? Isn't it
/_AL?
Oh, it's _AL. That's what. Hold up. Hold up. 1 second. /_AL. My bad. I was doing /AL. You hear me, right? We're good? Okay.
Yeah.
Where did he tweet? Let's find the tweet. A month down the road. Here we go. Here we go. Found it. A month of downtime, and we are GAing a weapon without even testing it. Question mark, question mark. I'm not even in the chat. How is this possible? Wait, he's not in the GA chat?
No, I am now.
User joined.
Wow, wow. He raged out of it? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Ago.
All right, I'm not even in the chat. How is this possible? I'm joining the front lines of the fans. We deserve a 3-gun meta. Interesting.
Adam, I gotta ask you a question. You think we should GA the Volk or not?
Yeah, what do you think, Adam?
Do I think you should GA the Volk?
Yes, that's what I asked you.
Yeah, I do actually. I think the headshot multiplier is kind of
Boo! Could I get a Latham in the chat? I want a Latham. Latham. What?
I'm all for a 3-gun meta, man. I was a big fan of the K-bar, the Maddox, dude, but like up close, if the Volk hits a headshot, man, it's crazy. I think if they nerf the headshot though, I think it's perfectly fine to be in the game.
So that's what I do. I think, honestly,
yeah, that's the problem
if
with
you
the gun.
so
it's the
well, has this been again? I'm not in the chat, so I'm kind of just talking right now. But can't like if you don't GA the weapon, can it just be 1 per map, like per team?
You could do that.
I feel like that would.
Well.
Well, because the thing is, I feel like a big argument towards it. I completely see why people obviously think the Volk is stupid. Obviously, the aim down sight, like the strafe speed, you don't get caught. Like pros don't really get caught sprinting with the Volk, right? Because you're gonna be aimed in and strafing, like the mobility of it. Yeah. So it's like I understand like why people are kind of pissed because if you just aim for the head, you're better than every sub in the game, and like you're not really gonna get caught off guard. So it's like crazy. And then that becomes like, yo, there'll just be like 3 Volks on Tuscan, right? Like, you know, like people kind of lose full and just use a bunch of Volks. But like, I wonder if it was just like 1 per map, would it be that bad? But then everyone on the teams would be like fighting for the Volk. Like, who gets the Volk?
I was actually thinking about that because that's what Zinni was bringing up, saying like, oh, like the new Bokage meta is gonna be like two
well,
teams
that's what I
are
mean.
gonna
Like,
have
two or three Volks per map, and it's like, obviously that could be kind of cheesy, but like, what if it was just one per map?
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a good rule.
And then like, obviously you can pick it up, I guess, but like, I feel like if it wasn't going to be GA'd, I feel like that's a fair compromise, right? Like, don't get rid of it completely, but like,
I think it would be
low key, like leave it in kind of thing. I don't know, because I mean, bro, like obviously MC would probably run our Volk now that if we had time to practice with it, because obviously Tyler was running it a little bit at the event, but like he was, you know, everyone was kind of just losing full of like how good the gun actually is.
I think the only time Tyler would you be able to use it is on like the Gavitus, because like why would you run a sub on Gavitus?
Why would you run it? Yeah, well, but it is underrated though. Well, Gavutu is also a really big map, but it's underrated like how that sprint movement speed, like kind of, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, the movement speed on it is faster than the sub, right?
Well, no, not the sprint movement speed, just the movement speed. So like
just the movement speed.
Yeah, so it's like when you're like for example, if you're rotating or playing fast, like you can be very aggressive with a sub where you can't do that as much with the Volk.
Oh, okay.
But the weird thing is the Volk has like the Volk sprint out time was worse than the MP40. So if you did get caught in sprinting, like if you know MP40 met an a Volk up close, and you know you get the advantage there as long as he doesn't hip fire you in the head. But you know, like MC's running our Volk if that shit didn't get GA'd. But I would, if it was tested, I feel like the best compromise would just do like one per team. So like, you know, you're not watching Bokage with 3 or 2 of them and like shit like that. Because I feel like that's like the big thing.
What does Gavutu look like then? 3 autos and 1
Gavutu
Volk?
would be 3 and 1. Yeah, it would be three autos and 1 Volk most likely.
That's definitely what it is.
That's what we did in the final in that work.
I don't think that's a terrible idea.
Like low key,
one per team.
going back, if like MC ran a Volk on Tuscan full time, like when we played in the finals, like versus UASM, that probably would have been a lot more helpful. And then like Tyler not run it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Tyler ran it on Gavutu, which made sense. But like, you know, it's like having that. So I don't know. Ben, what do you think? Are we GAing the Volk or what?
I don't know. What
do you mean you don't know? You know, you have a take on this.
I was trying to be quiet. I kind of like your suggestion, Chris. No bullshit. Like, I think it's a fair compromise. If the gun's kind of hard to fix out the headshot thing, then that requires dev intervention. But, you know, give 1 per team, give a little bit of third gun spice, and, you know, that's your problem now, Chris, and the team's problem to figure out how to solve everybody trying to use the gun now.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, it hasn't been tested enough. The only thing that sucks about it is just the headshot multiplier. Like, maybe, like, it'd be cool if... this is what I always talk about this more. It would be cool if freaking we had like just not like, how do I say this nicely? If we had like a better system for weapon nerfs and stuff, or like if we were guaranteed the Volk was gonna get like a nerf of like just headshot multiplier, it'd be amazing. You know what I mean? Because then like we could you would obviously know, because if you take the headshot multiplier off the Volk, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Right?
Yeah. I
mean,
like
nah, it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be that crazy, because the problem is that like right now, Asim, if you run into a guy with a Volk, for example, say you run into MC with a Volk, and you turn the corner, but he's pre-aimed on you. If he hits 1 bullet to the head, you don't even have a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't strafe the corner and aim in, because like the strafe speed on the MP40 is kind of duty. So like you're kind of just like in a weird spot. So it's like then it just becomes kind of, I feel like pros would be pissed, because like then one person on the map would just be like in God mode a lot of the times. Like imagine your Volk player goes negative. It's like, what the fuck are you doing over there with the Volk, buddy? You know, I'm about to take that shit away from you, dude.
Team shit. Like,
but no, I know, but I think that's the best
guys
compromise.
We'll always like it. I mean, I don't know what you guys feel, but like, do you feel like if you somehow make a third gun work in many games, does it make the game better? Like, is that like a core?
Well, that was my next question. This is more for the chat, but I even like for you guys. Does a 3-gun meta like actually make it that much more entertaining for you?
I think so, yeah.
We're removing snipers
100%.
from this, right? By the way, like
I think it does, bro.
Just respawn, bro. 100%.
I do think it does.
I'm curious.
A-Bar, E-Rad, like even World War II, the STG, the bar, and the PPSH, man. It's like, I don't know, man. I feel like 3 guns, like, it's just how COD is, like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, because the way I watch Call of Duty, I don't watch it like in the sense of that. I like watch it more or less like, you know, I stare at the mini map and just lose full all day. But like, yeah, I was just curious because like I don't know. There's a lot of, I feel like there's more yeses than nos in the chat. But yeah, I don't know. That was just what I was kind of curious about. I think the best way to do it is if we had a month of downtime, you could test out like, you know, running 1 per team. I feel like that's not a bad compromise. And then
Well,
if you run it one per team and it sucks after like a week and a half, 2 weeks, like you know everyone's like, whoa, fuck this. Then you kind of revisit it. No.
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, so I agree with you on the gun thing. Like, this is a perfect time with this break to, like, go ahead and take a peep at that. Obviously, like, another thing, not to, like, move off the topic too much, Chris, but, like, try and find maybe a third control map. That would make this game significantly better if you could figure that out. Like, those are two things I think would be a good use of next couple of weeks now.
Well, yeah, that's a whole different topic. What are we running a podcast right now, dude? Are we just?
I don't know. Are we?
Wait, are we just? This was supposed to be like my reaction to like this video, and now what are we turning this into a goddamn nighttime crowd? Isn't the morning crowd is done? Is the nighttime crowd now? Like, I mean, dude, we have to wait. You absolutely. Like, I mean, I think we absolutely need a third, dude. I know this is crazy, and people aren't gonna like my take with this. I would literally rather Bocage. I know I'm on like the head coach of FaZe, so this sounds biased for me saying this, even if it wasn't Bocage. But I would rather Bocage control and just play team deathmatch on Bocage just to have a third map, bro. I cannot stand having two. And honestly, we've gotten a little bit better at Gavutu control, so it's less biased in the sense where it's like we were kind of getting shit on one map now. But like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Did they fix the Berlin control initial spawn? Did that ever get fixed? I forget. I don't know.
I feel like it did.
Did it?
Did not?
I don't know.
I feel like it did, and the reason it hasn't been tested is just because
we haven't had time.
Yeah.
No scrims going
Wait, we just have not had time to test Berlin control, like even if it was perfect. But like, I don't know. Like Bocage S&D would be obviously pretty fucking wild of a control map, but I would almost rather that map just be in, just to like have a third one. Although people don't like playing Bocage, and yes, FaZe does, so like it's biased, but like Bocage to watch would be nuts. I love watching Bocage Hardpoint. As a fan of Call of Duty, when I get to watch Bocage Hardpoint, it's like a 240 mixer. I can totally see why pros and coaches as well, when I'm coaching the map, could be super cheesy. You know what I mean? Like, I can see why it's like not that fun to play, but like as like a fucking viewer / fan of it, like when I'm watching it just like for fun, bro, that shit is so fun to watch. Everyone's losing full. People are flipping spawns. People are running in the hill. It's fucking 2-on-2 in the hill for the fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that shit's crazy. Bro, Bocage control would be nuts. But the spawns would be crazy. I feel like spawn trapping would be a lot. But regardless, we wouldn't get Bocage control. It would have to be Berlin. It would have to be Berlin.
You picked a crazy take.
I know, but I mean, dude, you know where I'm going with that, though. I'm so desperate that I would rather that, is my point.
Well, here's the other angle. Here's why I agree with you on the other angle on it, too, which is like, you know, right now, no one's picking Team B in any series because, like, you only get one control ban, so why would you pick Team B and now play map 3 with how much parity there is in S&D and, like, Hardpoint right now?
Well, we used to take Team B last year, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, third control map, first off, it, like, forces teams to be better at more maps, but also then incentivizes people just being like, I don't care. I'd rather get the first S&D pick, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of just playing for map 1.
Yeah, no, that's true. Well, because the initial, if I remember correctly, I think we played Berlin control like once or twice in scrims. I don't think we scrimmed it too much. And the issue with Berlin was you spawned in on offense and you could literally cap A before the defensive team could even get on the point.
Yeah, spawns were effed.
Like you literally like on offense, you spawned basically on the A point. You just got on A and you got an automatic cap. So you'd have immediately 3 ticks. So like, I that's kind of obviously not really playable. I'm pretty sure they fixed that. I'm like 90% sure on that. I don't know if they actually did, but if they did, then like I feel like that's worth trying out because I feel like Berlin control would be terrible. But I don't know. You don't really know how a map plays until you actually get to test it. But with this map of this 1 month of downtime, I feel like that should be like kind of testable.
You guys should be testing everything now, dude. Like I think the Volk got GA too early too. I think it should have been tested in scripts.
Well, apparently it's not like apparently it's not actually GA. That's kind of why I'm watching this video. I don't know how this started into what we're doing now, but I was just kind of curious.
It did because you hopped on TeamSpeak and then.
Yeah, dude. You know, now it's became like a fucking. This is like a fucking mini flank, dude.
Welcome to TeamSpeak.
It's the nighttime crowd. Where's Tommy? Tommy's not on right now, right?
Tommy's out to dinner, I think.
Imagine we got Tommy on here. It would literally be the flank.
Try some fancy restaurant.
Hey, wait. You want me to FaceTime him real quick? Chad, you want me to FaceTime ZooMaa? Here, hold up.
He's probably literally eating like pasta carbone right now.
He'll get a fucking kick out of this. Hold up. Let's see if he actually answers me. If he doesn't answer me, I want a bunch of Luma spams. I want us to all tweet him. Let's see.
Someone in chat, run the intro.
Run the intro. I got the camera in my face. I don't FaceTime Tommy a lot, so if I'm FaceTiming him, he should know it's important. He's at an engagement dinner?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, he might be.
Nah, I'm more important than that, bro. Come on.
I think it's his brother, right?
Oh, shit.
I think it's his brother.
I'm messing it all up, dude.
Yeah. No told on that one.
He answered.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Tommy. I'm sorry to bother you, but my chat wants to know: should we GA the Volk or not?
Should you GA?
Yeah, you're live on stream.
Well, forget about it. Let's be biased. Are we better with it or without it?
I don't know. Cell's never gave it a chance, but Cell would be our Volk player, probably.
Hey, it's up to you. If we're better with it, we use it. If not, we don't.
All right. Thank you very much, Tommy. I'll let you go back to your dinner.
Chris, who gives a fuck?
Okay. I like it, Tom. Goodbye. Oh, shit, bro.
He answered to anyone.
He didn't. Yeah, no, I was expecting like a fuck yeah or a fuck no, but that's it. That's fucking awesome.
Listen,
dude.
you're saying faded, dude. He's at the dinner. He's probably like.
No, he's not. He's not faded, bro. He was. Yeah, Mitch was there. It was. Yeah, it was him and Mitch. I just had to get the answer really quick. That's funny.
Wait, Chris, you have you gotten into F1 or no?
A little bit with the. I was watching the Drive to Survive, but
You watching the race tonight?
no, I didn't know there was a race.
You can watch it. It's at 1 a.m. Eastern time.
1 a.m. Eastern time. Well, I'm watching the fight, so I'll be up probably.
Oh, we'll be in here. We're watching both.
Oh, Tommy's in here.
Boxing fight, UFC card, and F1 back to back, man.
Okay.
Be a good night.
Oh, ZooMaa's in here. He gave me a 69-month resub, dude.
Typical.
A 69-month resub. Can I get a Wooma in the chat? All right, so yeah, dude. At the end of it, my conclusion here. Oh my God, ZooMaa now TP just resub. Teep, 35 months. Everyone get a weepy in the chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But yeah, dude, my general consensus is fucking. The GA is obviously a little ridiculous with what we're looking at on our screen right now, 160 MS, obviously. So that needs to get nerfed. It'd be cool if like we got some transparency if they can actually take off the headshot multiplier of this gun like a little bit just to like make it fair. If they could do that, it would be pretty dope. So that would be pretty cool. But if that's probably unrealistic, to be honest, I'm not too sure. But I think to test it out, you got to keep it in and do one per team. That's my compromise. What do we think, chat? Is that a L take or a W take? Just to test it out. If it sucks after 2 months, if it sucks after 2 weeks, get it out. You know, revisit it. Listen, bro, this is coming from someone who got smoked in the finals against it, dude. So this can't be biased yet. Hoping, you know, MC takes over with it. But yeah, no, this is obviously a huge issue. So like, I think this might really ruin the gun, even if it's tested out. We might revisit it and be like, this shit's ridiculous, get it out of here. But I think if you did one per team, it would be doable. And then like, hopefully, if we like try and keep it in and like we could talk to the developers of like, you know, get some feedback of like, hey, like this gun's really good for the meta, blah, 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 blah. Could we just tune down the multiplier to it and like make it a little bit more fair? We might be in a pretty good spot. That's like what I would hope for. That would be my hope, is that we try to test it out. In 2 weeks, it might be a little ridiculous, but hopefully by those 2 weeks, we can give some feedback to the developers that like, hey, could we just try and get a little tuned down on this gun and then go from there? Because it seems like a lot of people really like the three weapon meta. I didn't realize that that's such a big thing for like people like the viewership experience, but I don't know.
I'll say selfishly
It's just
on
a variety,
broadcast.
dude.
Selfishly on broadcast, you know, we could tell about a story with 3 guns.
Yeah, I mean, no, I guess, yeah. I'm not really sure. I didn't even like think of it that way, to be honest. But the strafe speed is a little crazy too. But I think the strafe speed, like, I just think the fucking MP40 strafe speed needs to be buffed a little bit, low key. Yeah, no, that's also a fair point. Before we end this, it says, like, if you are, or not end this stream, but just like end this topic so I can play the game. But it says if you are a sub, you can't compete with it up close because Fleet lets you slide cancel and ADS quicker than the sub. Even something like that, if that's the case too, like maybe you just don't use Fleet on it. Like, you don't use it one per thing, take Fleet off the gun or something. You know, something like that. I'm sure there's something that you could do to make it like compromise, like to make a compromise.
Yeah, 100%.
Close range.
Well, you can't. No, you're saying that you want them to buff. I'm talking about like without the developers' help right now is what I'm talking about.
Say, like, if you improve like hip fire in the MP40, like it kind of gives a little bit of the counter the slide canceling ES because you can just sort of pre-fire with it.
Yeah, no, because that's
What
a
if
fair
they-
point with the slide canceling shit. So I don't know. I feel like there's a world where you can try and make it work. It still might not work, but this does need to go though. The 3-bullet kill from is faster than the MP40. That should just never be a thing. Period. But this needs to go no matter what. But I do think there is a world where you can try and make it work. Un-GA the F8.
That's what I was gonna say. What if they un-GA'd the F8 but kept the Vulcan?
Well, the F8 what gives you less bloom with the MP40 and like better range.
I think
It doesn't.
range.
It doesn't make it better up close though, right? That doesn't fix the issue that the
No.
Volk would. Realistically, it's weird that the Volk would be the best gun up close. That's like the problem. That the Volk would be the best gun up close by far, and like that's like the issue again. And I think it's underrated how easily pros would adapt to like pre-aim walking and getting a lot of headshots. You know what I mean? I don't know if that fixes the issue, but yeah, I don't know. That's my hope, I guess. But I don't really know. I have no fucking say in any of this. And my players update me on this shit. I don't have, I don't say shit on the GAs. I'm just talking the talk right now. Keep the Volk in. I'll pre-aim. All right, never mind. We're keeping the Volk. FaZe wants the Volk in. Alec is in the chat. All right, but we're ending this topic. That was a good one. That went a lot longer than